Yeah.
You could shop one of them.
Why is Paul telling me that all 9 people in this house told him to put Cody and I up? Why did I just spend 2 weeks trying to repair relationships for my name to be offered up for nominations? How is that fair? And then on top of that, I have to deal with Cody and what's going on there. Everybody let me down this week. I don't understand why, but
A lot of people weren't expecting Cody to come back. And you showed a different side of you when he wasn't here. And I think that you held on to that. I just think that a lot of people just don't trust Cody. I think that a lot of people also see you separate from Cody.
if I was seen separate, then I wouldn't have been nominated.
I think that you were nominated because Paul wanted to know what the temptation was.
Great, so because of people's curiosity in this house, I get offered up for sacrifice.
No,
How am I supposed to feel like that's not the case?
I can tell you that you're not the target.
It doesn't
And I think
matter
that
who
the
the
conversation
target is
with
at this
Paul.
point.
Well, why? Yeah, it does.
Because we're still going to have 12 people in the house by the end of the week. And Paul's the one that can't compete in HOH. So who his target was is irrelevant because he has no say in what happens next.
You're right. But you have really bounced back well. I think Cody's bounced back well, but that doesn't mean that there isn't still a hesitation with Cody. But people have had more time with you and been able to repair some of that. Your last 2 weeks are not going unheard or unseen or unfelt. It's not irrelevant. And if you ask every single person here, including Josh, the big fucking meatball that he is, they will tell you that they prefer, and this isn't a smash against Cody. What I'm saying is, hands down, they prefer you here over Cody. And if they didn't want to put you up, but the temptation piqued a lot of curiosity.
I was blindsided and lied to all week.
I understand. I've been there.
Ramses was eliminated behind my back. I was not filled in on anything. And then you guys are telling me that it's not a stab at me, but then this happens, and I don't understand how people expect me to just continue walking around with a smile on my face.
They're not expecting
when
you to
nobody in
continue
this
that.
house has done anything for me. People keep saying it's not against me, but I'm also dealing with every single repercussion, and no one has extended a single hand to me in this game.
I think, and this is, I hope you take this in the best way possible. This is not at all a jab. I hope that you see this in a different perspective. This is every person that gets put on the block, or every person that is put in a difficult situation, they see their perspective. I want you to see it in from somebody else's perspective. A lot of people felt blindsided by you, not just me, from the actions from Cody. You know, that was an extension of your game because of Cody. Cody left. You played a great game to repair a lot of those relationships. As soon as Cody came back, a lot of people became uncomfortable. Ramses was sent home because he was just a better game player than Josh, period. That wasn't a stab at you. That was I just want you to play. Not play, but I want you to see it. This isn't you. This is the game. And I think that a lot of people will be willing to reach out, but they're scared to because of Cody.
What you guys aren't seeing is that you want me to see it from your perspective, but I'm feeling it from mine.
I understand.
This is a game, but I am a human being who's constantly being shit on. And I'm constantly on the defense in this game. I have not had the upper hand even when I was HOH. Even when I was HOH, there were still plots behind my back that I could have been included on if you had given me that perspective. Did you see how easy it was once you guys explained it to me, once Ramsey left, what you guys meant? I could see it from your perspective, and I did accept that, and I let it go. But I can't keep smiling and looking people in the eyes when I feel, A, like I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, B, like my emotions, people look at me as, well, we've already kicked her once, so we can keep kicking her.
Not at all.
Not at all. Then at what point do I stop becoming such an easy target? Because there are people in this house that, A, I don't believe deserve to even be here because I think that their behavior is disgusting. And B, I'm not like the only competitor. I'm not the only person winning competition. There are other people in this house that can be targets, but week after week, I am on the defense.
I know that the answer that I'm going to give you is not the answer that you want to hear, but I think that it is the most honest answer, is that when you flipped with Cody on the team, and whether it was, I truly believe that you did not have anything to do with it initially, but after the day after, when they saw you campaigning against one of your teammates, two of your teammates, people took that very poorly, whether they were with you or against you or whatever, whatever the lines were drawn, whatever. And I think that people remember that and they hold that close and they have a hard time forgetting that and repairing the relationship. So in their mind, it is much easier to continue to attack somebody that was so blatantly flipping on one of their teammates early on. Now I get it. Early on, it wasn't even your fucking decision. And that's what, I'm kind of saying right now is that wasn't your decision. And you have done a great job on repairing some of those relationships. But when Cody came back, it was a red flag for a lot of people. Is that any of this making sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
I don't think that, I understand what you're saying. We're some people don't deserve to be here. Absolutely. Other people or other people a higher threat because they're higher level competitors and social game players. Absolutely. But for some reason, they're seeing you and Cody constantly because of that action, and you're a fucking badass. And you have a good social game. It was tarnished with the actions of that week in HOH. Not this past week, but the first one. People saw it as can I be super blunt with you?
Go for it.
When you isolated yourself, I know that that was because you and Cody were getting to know each other and wanted to spend a lot of time together. But a lot of the house took it as that you kind of see, this isn't exactly, but with lack of a better term, it was kind of like you were better than us, you were in the tower, we're down here, and you only came down to eat. I know that wasn't the intention, but that was a little bit of how it was received. And I'm telling you this because I want you to feel better, because people are not hating you. That you're not a constant target. You are an easier target because of the initial action and then Cody returning. I honestly believe had Cody not returned, you would be way under the radar. I mean, you had a clean sweep, Dominique sending home. Had Cody been here, you would have absolutely been gone. Am I making sense? Mm-hmm. Am I offending you?
You're not offending me.
I'm trying to be as blunt with you as possible and without hurting your feelings more. It sucks, But honestly, the only thing, I'm not going to suggest what you should or shouldn't do. That is absolutely up to you. But people are scared with you, and not scared, but people are, I don't know what the word is, but you and Cody together is something that doesn't set well with a lot of the members in the house because of you guys, the way that you act together. And then the initial flip. It just, no matter who it is in the house, they're weary of working with you or him, specifically you and him together. You, before last week, before you came home, that was another story. You were really fucking pulling your shit back together, you know? Like, unfortunately, for the house in your game, him coming back hurt it. But fortunately for you getting to see him, that was better for you. I hope I'm not pissing you off.
You're not pissing me off. And I understand what you're saying. And I'm absorbing it. And you saying that people look at me campaigning against you in a negative light and making them weary. And
it wasn't just me.
But
it was
no.
It was because the teammate.
The thing is, people in this house like to throw the phrase, this is just a game, around whenever it's convenient for them.
I get it.
Whenever it's just convenient for them. And sooner or later, and probably sooner rather than later, numbers will dwindle and people will backstab. And what I did isn't going to, I'm not going to be the only person in this house that acts in that way.
I know.
So for people to sit here and have their noses in the air and be like, I would never do that, I completely disagree. Because I know that there are people in the house that have lied directly to my face and gone behind closed doors and been very cowardly about it. And I don't respect that style of gameplay. So everyone has a right and wrong. I'm playing the way that I think is right. And I don't agree with how other people are playing this game. And there are people in this house who I can't sit down and have a conversation with like this because it literally frustrates me, the amount of bullshit that comes out of their mouth.
I agree with you 100%. And I know that you're right 100%. It's just when we started playing, the rest of the house didn't know that yet. Does that make more sense?
Didn't know what yet.
They didn't know that eventually on a long enough, they didn't look at it and know that eventually on a long enough timeline, everybody's going to backstab and flip or lie or white lie or conveniently throw phrases out there and then go behind another door. They weren't quite, I don't think that they were quite ready for that yet, to see it at that magnitude. So, it's a numbers fucking game. You can look at it and go, okay, there's no way that nobody is going to not have a white lie or have, some sort of deceit happen on a long enough timeline. If you're thinking that, no offense, but you're fucking stupid, right? I just think that it was way earlier than people anticipated. But I understand, and you're right, 100%.
I'm just exhausted, Christmas. Like, this game has been exhausting for me. I feel so
because
depleted.
You've taken a lot of shots.
And I don't know how to move forward because I feel like I have smiled at people in this house that I don't think deserve my smile. And I have been considerate and nice to people who have gone behind my back and done some very sketchy things and they have not been called out for it. And I understand that this is a game, but personally, Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? Like, I feel like I need a straitjacket.
Let me ask you this, and you don't have to tell me, maybe you just think about it. Hypothetically thinking, from here on, what would be your perfect case scenario? Like, and you're staying in the house. Like, just think about it that way. Because honestly, like, if the nominations say the same, you're staying in the house. I mean, and maybe if Cody wins the veto and he uses it on himself, somebody's going up, you're probably still staying in the house. I don't have that power, but you are not the top target. Okay?
I'm not scared to get evicted.
I know.
I'm scared to see how this all plays out in the real world, obviously. I think that's everyone's fear. I'm scared that I'm not being me in the sense that I would never allow certain people to act certain ways in the outside world. And
I don't think any of us are truly being ourselves.
Cody. There's a reason he's not in here. He put me in a really bad situation. And to be absolutely frank, I stood by him the first time. And the fact that he's making me go through this again is such a slap in the face. Like, I really thought I was at such a low, and I cried in his arms so many times that week that I didn't think he'd ever do anything to ever make me get there again. And the fact that he allowed his temper to put us back in this situation is too much. It's too much. And I don't agree with how he handled the situation. And if that is how he behaves in the outside world, I'm also not okay with that. So I'm not just dealing with the issues I have with friendships with people or having to be nice to people who I would never associate with outside of this house. And that's not including you. There are literally 2 females in this house that I would ever consider having a relationship with, and I hope it's a good one. And you are one of those 2 girls.
I hope so too.
You absolutely are.
I will say that I've been pissed at you multiple
Same.
times.
Same.
Okay.
Same. But like that's just life, you know?
Yeah.
Friends.
At least we can say it.
Yeah. Plenty of time, sure.
Okay.
But there are only 2 of you. And if other people tried to sit in my bed right now and have a conversation with me, I don't care how vulnerable I was. I would donkey kick them out.
I thought that was going to happen.
No.
I was like, oh my God.
I've stood by everything that I've said to you. I was 100% genuine, and I absolutely adore you. But I'm dealing with so much because there are people that I want to be friends with that I'm trying to not let this game affect on a personal note. And that's challenging at some points because also people whisper things in my ear that try to contradict that. And then I'm dealing with Cody, who acted that way and now hasn't even said a word to me, which is, I don't know whether to laugh or punch him in the face myself. I really don't. And then I have people like Josh who have disrespected me in every turn of this game. And finally, I get a pass from him. Like, thanks so much. This game is so much harder than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a fun summer. I don't know what to do, Christmas. I really don't.
What is your ideal going forward? What is, hypothetically,
I want to smile every day and laugh every day. That's what I want. Like,
well, then fake jerk off and like just.
It's not that simple anymore.
I know, but you do have to make a huge effort to let shit roll off your back. And I didn't say it earlier, last conversation. You totally misinterpreted what I was saying last time, but I'm saying it this time. Your connection with Cody is dangerous. People really enjoy you. People in this house really enjoy you. And you really made some progress last week. And I am not telling you to bail on him, but I'm saying fight like fuck for that veto. And if he gets it, I hope he uses it on you. Because he is, the curiosity on the temptation, obviously.
Everyone's curiosity just messed with my game. And if it was somebody that I cared about, I would say screw the curiosity.
I understand.
Like, it felt so great to receive something from the outside. Like, it was such a lifeline, but it was supposed to be a gift and not a curse, and that's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah. On a personal note, you don't deserve that.
That's bullshit.
That's
absolute bullshit.
no fucking way. No fucking way. I know he set up for you upstairs, but like you can handle your own shit. Moving out to a have-not bed? Do you want me to leave?
No. I'm not gonna chase him. Why am I gonna chase him? What the fuck did I do? I'm not, because I didn't stand by you again. If that's how you act in reality, I can't have that. I have a job that is a very social job, and like you doing that is not, that's just, he's just being stupid. I'm not chasing after that. Please don't tell anybody that he's acting like that, because I don't.
People are going to figure it out themselves.
Yeah.
And they're going to be pissed. And they're going to rally. And they're going to stand behind you. Oh,
No.
I would have grabbed that bag. He was like 2 minutes too late. They're going to see that. They're going to think that's not okay. Like, the shit that you have sacrificed in this game, not even personally, I don't know, but in this game for him, and then for him to fucking walk away. Because why? Because you challenged him on something? Because you needed your own space? There is a plastic bag here. Are you gonna be sick?
No, I just need, God.
Always there. Your dad's here too. I'm sorry for being a dick.
Same.
You may not have gotten a boyfriend, but you definitely got a girlfriend.
No one saw that one coming.
Plot twist and turns.
I'm sure he just thinks that I'm betraying him right now, but he'll watch back and he'll see that he could have reacted better. He's gonna be here for 2 weeks, you realize that, right?
Nope. I don't know shit.
The heck's nobody goes home. No one's
What?
going home this week. Not Jason, not anybody.
This week and next week?
No, just this week.
How is that even how is that a plus?
If I felt like I was in danger or someone I cared about was in danger, I could stop the eviction. Paul knows, he didn't tell you guys?
He said some things, but it's been fucking chaos.
Yeah, so no one's going home this week. Paul can't compete in HOH.
But you have to activate it. What if you just send, it's a real dick thing for me to say, but what if you just send Cody home? And why didn't you use it last week when you were on the block?
Because it was a sure thing. That's why I kept asking. I have until, the live show to decide.
This week? And then it's done?
That's why I said I had the power to save both Cody and I, but in reality, I could use it on anybody.
Whoever was on the block, he could have done it. congratulations, that's one hell of a fucking America.
Yeah. But I feel like I let them down now because of all of this.
Let who down?
America?
Nope. They're gonna see this and be behind you, 100%. There's lots of ways you can play this. Yeah, you're right. Now it feels like a curse.
I mean, no one could have expected. I honestly didn't think Paul was going to nominate us. I didn't think I'd have to use it. Because I have it for longer than just this week. But once I activate it, it's over with.
This is an aggressive question, but I'm not really good with fluffy stuff. Maybe that's why you like me. If you felt safe, would you keep it up?
I don't know.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I'll be out in a second.
That fucking Paul, Jesus.
I mean, I think if anybody's on the block next to Cody, they would feel safe. But I don't know. Cody's the only person in this game that I can count on to not come after me, even regardless of how he's feeling.
I think that you can change that.
I shouldn't have to work for everyone's trust anymore. I've done enough and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not begging people for anything.
I'm going to put this as politely as possible. Keeping Cody by your side ensures that nobody trusts you. Not having Cody by your side gives people the opportunity to continue that bridge that you started.
Christmas, I don't trust anybody.
I don't fucking trust anybody. I seriously do not fucking trust anybody. I thought I trusted a few people, and then I got blindsided and put on the block. And then I was like, fuck that. I'm keeping this little treasure by my Pikachu. She's tucked away. Unhappy, but tucked away. There's definitely actions. And I know you're exhausted, so maybe take a day and like just let everybody know, hey, look, I'm not retreating, but I need to sleep and rest and reset. And figure out how you're going to go forward. But there are bridges to rebuild that have already started, and you started a good rebuild. Truly.
I'm done doing the rebuilding. If someone wants to maybe apologize for kicking me a couple dozen times, then cool. But I'm not doing that anymore. I'm tired of being on the defense. I'm tired of being people thinking I'm vulnerable. If the worst thing that comes out of this is I get evicted, then life goes on and the world keeps spinning. But I am not going to.
Let me put a couple scenarios. You don't use it this week, Cody goes home. If he doesn't win the veto. You use it this week. Neither of you go home. you have a higher possibility of not making jury. A much more likely possibility of not making jury because people will see you as a higher threat. If you do survive the first week after this potential pause, right, in evictions, and you make it a jury, it'll be really fast. Keeping Cody by your side, or using that to save both you and Cody this week. If you want to save you, that is a whole nother story. I will even help campaign for that, period, 100%. Saving you and Cody, that is a loose cannon, and nobody is going to, nobody's going to be on board with that. A leap of faith will bring other people to you. And maybe not work with you the first week, but they will want to work with you sooner than later. If you keep Cody here, nobody's going to want to work with you, and they're going to want you out ASAP. Does that make sense?
It does, but, and again, we're just talking this out loud.
Hypothetically, always speaking.
Me not making jury would mean that I would be evicted and Cody would still be in the house.
People may be pissed off enough to do that.
I'm okay with that. And it's not about Cody, and it's honestly not about saving Cody. It's about, if I have to use this hex, or if I decide to use this hex, no one has done anything for me in this game to make me feel comfortable enough to gamble. And it's that fact that people keep letting me down in this house that I still don't feel safe. Even with if every single person in this house promises me that they won't put me up, I still don't believe that, and that's not my fault. That's their fault.
And I see the series of actions that indicate that. Absolutely, I see that, and I would feel the same.
And there are private conversations that I've had with individuals in this house who have literally lied to me, and I've had too many people verify that they are lies. So, people that I thought were close to me, I know that they've been lying to my face. And I cannot trust anybody in this house to keep me safe other than myself.
What can I do for you?
Am I interrupting?
No, we're just talking.
Apparently I won't, because my cup's not in here.
It is. It's right here. Honestly, there's nothing that I honestly can't imagine enjoying much more of this experience, considering I think I peaked. I think I've peaked.
I don't think so.
Even when I'm HOH, I'm still so stressed out.
I don't think the HOH is really that great because
No.
you are fighting. You have to put people up, and if somebody takes them up, you have to put up another person, and then people are looking at you, and everybody's coming to you and talking. I'm like, do I want that fucking stress? No. It's awful. At this point, I'm not interested in HOH. Period. Haven't been since the start. Like, yeah, it'd be cool to get a letter from home, but at this point, I have traveled enough that I can be okay by myself. It is.
Same.
Do I want to win? My competitive spirit says yes. Do I want to shed any blood right now? Not with the way that the dynamics are in the house.
The only time I'm safe is if I'm HOH and then people are still scheming. I don't know, Christmas. This is just... I'm in a lose-lose scenario. I either turn my back on someone who I know will never come after me to support the agenda of people who will come after me, whether it be today, tomorrow, or the next.
But that's going to happen regardless on a long enough timeline.
Of course.
And I think that.
But I'm at the bottom of every single person's totem pole.
You're not. And you're not at the top of the target list. I'm going to pull out something that probably annoys you. You are seeing it as a negative. You have to see this as an opportunity. And it's hard to do that today because you were blindsided. You feel betrayed. You're pissed off. And your ride or die is in the other room being kind of a shit face, acting like a little fuckboy. And you are constantly feeling like you're being like just lied to and betrayed. So it's hard to see how to pivot and make this a positive for you. I think the bigger question is do you want to play this game with somebody or play this game for yourself and see how far you can go? Why did you come here? What was your goal when you came? And if you're not still working towards those goals, what changed? And if what changed is still worth it, then continue with that pivot. But if not, then get back on fucking track. You're not a fucking woe is me girl, so I don't know why you're acting like it right now. Not to pull out the bitch Christmas, but you're a fucking fierce girl. You're a freaking, you make shit happen for you. You don't wait for it to happen. So this hex is a good thing for you, but you have to be able to figure out how to utilize it for a good thing. And just because you're exhausted, tired, and worn out doesn't mean you fucking give up. Jesus Christ, we wouldn't be here if that was the case. They picked you and me and these people in this house for a reason, because they know that we fucking fight, and they know that we can take a lot of beatings
and that we're all insane.
Absolutely. So do you want to act sane or do you want to be insane?
Christmas, the money I make from the show, I'm going to have to spend on medical bills.
Who are you talking to?
You have health insurance.
I broke my fucking foot 10 places, dislocated 4 and a ligament, and I begged to still stay. I know you're not going to give up. I know you're not going to go out lying down.
I'm not giving up.
I need you to take a minute, collect your fucking self, like, have a moment. Let it come to you. Be sad, be upset, feel betrayed.
I'm not sad anymore. Sad was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, she was not. This is so much better. You cried in the frog suit. It was like, oh my God, is this fucking for real?
All-time lows.
You won HOH on your fucking dad's anniversary.
That was the best day in this house, and I'm never going to get better than that.
So, you got kicked down a little bit.
A whole lot of it.
Okay, so dust it fucking off.
The hardest part is faking the smile. That is the hardest
You can pull a
part.
Josh and just fucking go rogue on everybody. You have 1 week till jury if you don't use a hex, and then 2 weeks. Right? No, this is one. This is one. We have one more. Regardless, like
One
this
more.
or the next. One more eviction. Jury, we get to drink, pool, watch Netflix, chill. I'm not mad about that. That is my goal. It wasn't my goal to start. This made me pivot, and then I realized that that is absolutely my goal.
My goal wasn't even to necessarily win, but to not be on the sidelines and play a floater game, and I fucking accomplished that already, so clock me out, coach. No, I'm kidding.
Absolutely not. You're spicy.
can I have like maybe one more of you and then I'm like, I can survive. Just like one more of you. Can you make
Oh my God.
For you.
Oh my
I
God.
know
I
you
want
had
the
a rough
fucked up
night.
one.
And I know you rejected my hug, but I want one. 'Cause I love you very much. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
Do you want me to just like leave all these?
Yes.
Okay.
These are every fucking one of
I was
us.
supposed to make a pause and then answer.
I was pretending that I didn't want them
Did you
all.
really fucking think about that?
I know. I was pretending. Lean into it. Embrace the fucking insanity.
I never thought that I'd be in a room full of people that are insaner than I am, but I think I finally found that room.
Use the hacks. Don't use the hacks. But make sure that whatever you do, it works for you. I am Team Jess. Never thought I'd say that. Twist! I don't know. The more I talk to you, the more I like you.
I liked you from the start, but whatever. I keep trying to wake up from this nightmare, but
Well,
still
just
here.
also know that I don't want to sound repetitive, but pretty much Cody has a bounty on his head. He fucked up too much in the beginning.
I understand if I could have stood by him again if he messed up strategy-wise, but that behavior is just not okay. Like,
Upstairs?
yes, like I get upset, I do, but I need someone to like balance me out. I can't be the calm one. I can't.
No, you should not.
I can't because I'm not.
Remember that chart, Insane, Crazy, or Pretty and Crazy from How I Met Your Mother?
Never watched it.
The more insane, like the prettier she is, the more insane she is.
Sounds about right.
We are too pretty to be the calm ones and collected ones.
Like,
It was a joke. Bad. Poorly executed.
No, I-
Awesome Christmas. Tell it again.
At least, like, if you're gonna be a hothead, know when to play good cop, bad cop. Like, if I'm angry, you need to be the calm one, and vice versa. And him acting like that makes me concerned about, like, us in reality. Is because that wasn't game, that was real.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which
then
is
what
also
he's
why
doing right now is very real.
That's why he had such a problem with me, was because I came after you. Or perceivably came after you. I was actually just coming after him. And I mentioned you in my speech. And he was okay with Paul, but not okay with me because of you. I'm like, so you're just going to cut all ties because somebody has a problem with the person you're dating? Where's the fucking milk?
She has to ask it.
I know, I was like, what? Because you said no milk.
And then the Josh and Mark thing is a whole other problem. Like, nobody wants to live in a house with, like, that much hostility. Can we just bring it all back down?
Not your concern right now.
Oh, I'm staying far away from that, but...
I bet 6 people didn't get a cookie. Oh well.
I don't care. What was Paul's logic by nominating both of us?
He wanted to know what the thing was. Because he said if she really has one, then, and what confused him was the fact that that both of you were safe for several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, there's no way that that's true. So he figured that if that happened, you would pull you guys' off, and then he would put up other nominations.
It was a risk he was willing to take. But
He's
the
played
fact-
this game before. He's more riskier
But
than a lot of us.
that's the thing, though. Right before nominations, I sat him down because I got called into the juror, and I was given like clearance to say certain things. So I looked at him and I was like, "Is there anything that you want to ask me about my temptation?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Okay," because I was told that Alex is saying that I'm bluffing about my temptation and that I can't.
I thought you were too. A lot of people were because
this
there was
is-
no like action, but at the same time, you didn't use it yet.
Well, the thing is what I was banking on, because he is a vet. You are not allowed to say that you don't have a power that you don't actually have. I couldn't say certain things because I could only say what my power was. So when I said I have the power to protect Cody and I if I didn't have that X, if you said that right now, DR would call you in and they'd be like, you have to go back to that person right now and tell them that you don't have that power.
Well, the reason we thought that it was not completely true is because of Julie's reaction and production cutting her off right away. And then you got called into the DR right afterwards. So there was like a series of things that were like going on. Mm-hmm. And then like usually you read a blue card and says, I'm invoking this. But even though like
Like, of course I'm going to say something, but I don't know. It is what it is. I can't imagine I'm going to make her life more stress-free.
I mean, it's not like she wasn't okay when you were gone. She's a strong girl, and
Yeah.